welcome to a brand new financial markets and financial products. A very warm welcome to each one of you guys. How are you doing? How are you doing? How's everyone doing? So, where we are back, we have we are going to have a session, 4 hour session. As you all know, I come live between 4 to 8 p.m. Dubai time, and today's session is going to be all about looking into the market, what's happening on the market front, why is there any increase, decrease in prices or whatever is happening in the market. Maybe 1 hour is what we're going to talk all about that, and then we are going to proceed with something else, which is basically we're going to see, we're also going to see technical and fundamental analysis. Yeah, before we begin, let's just have a look at what's happening in the crypto markets. Guys, just wait. I also have to share with you guys the link. Let me log into my email. Use my link to download. For iOS users use the web link. And for Android users, you may download the app directly. Okay. All right. So let me also invite my Telegram community. Just a sec. Let me send some invites, guys. Welcome to all of you. If you are joining the stream, you're joining the stream for the first time, you need to share me your Telegram ID or your password. Sorry, not password, ID or phone number, any of it, so that I can join you in my Telegram community and you can, because in my community, I keep sharing the signals. Sometimes if I am also live trading, which means I myself put money and, buy, sell, then in that case, I basically, share all that information in the community. So I want you guys to please share your Telegram ID or phone number so that I can add you there. Okay. Is there anyone new in the community in the stream right now? Can you guys tell me? The new users request you to basically share your Telegram IDs and your phone numbers so that I can add you in my community. Oh, excuse me. Guys, share your Telegram ID and phone number to add you in the community. Zbit community, okay? Please share it. Because I share signals if in case there is anything, any information that I want, I share that in the stream, in the community, okay? So let's just begin today's day. So as we all know, we all can see on the screen, Bitcoin at 115, 348. Uh, it's positive by 2.96%. Ethereum is trading at 4,716. Wow, Ethereum is 11.18% up, guys. What a great turn it has taken, honestly speaking. I think it was hovering around 4,100 something, right? Just about a day ago. And look at the price. That's too good to even see, actually. Like I'm just lost in the way it has actually outgrown just about in one day. BNB at $888.65. It's up by 5%, which also is a good thing. Solana 202, up by 13.05%, and XRP at 3.0362. It's also positive by 8.52%. So the overall fear and greed index is at 56 neutral. The market capitalization is standing at 3.98. Hi, Laura. What's up? Hi, so good to see you. Guys, whenever you join the stream, it's a request. Please share the Telegram ID and phone number. So Loru, I don't know how do you say that name. Loru. Is that how I say your name? Can you share me your Loruf? Is that how I say your name? I'm not sure. And is that your name even actually? I'm just thinking it's your name or it's just an ID. So whatever it is, please share your Telegram ID or phone number so that I can add you in my community. And before I actually, want to also know, before we actually proceed, do you trade in crypto? That's my first question to you. Second thing is, do you, did you actually download the app? So if you answer these two questions of mine, Loruf, then I'm going to proceed to add you into my Zbit community where I share all the tips, tricks, some buy sell signals out there, so you can be part of that community, learn through that community, and get some nice good signals so that you can place your trade successfully. So our intention is to educate you guys to make sure that you are aware of everything that you need to know about cryptocurrency and the markets. And as I always say, I'm not a financial advisor, so I would want you guys to basically learn, educate yourself, and then proceed with going ahead in terms of whether or not you would like to invest or trade into crypto. So Loro, please let me know in the comments if you are able to share your Telegram ID and password so that I can add you to the community, and I will be adding you to the community only if you are going to download the app, and then I will be sharing some useful tips and tricks to you in that. Okay. Anyways, moving on. I was talking about the markets, guys. Let's proceed. So, as we all know, that market has rallied. It has of course sparked after the Fed rate cut signals. So, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell basically speech at the Jackson Hole Symposium has stirred the enthusiasm across markets, and it has hinted that at a September rate cut have propelled cryptocurrencies higher. Bitcoin has jumped from below 112 to around 116K yesterday, while Ethereum surged even more strongly. So the crypto fear and greed index, as you can see, has mirrored optimism and climbing from 50 to 60, indicating growing bullish sentiment. Ethereum has recorded breaking highs. Ethereum reached all-time highs above 4,880 and closing near 4,845. Today also it says 4,721, as you can see when we are talking. This has coincided with escalating institutional interest, with investors like Peter Thiel and his ventures entities moving in, betting on Ethereum's potential as the base layer for financial systems. Institutional adoption and innovation vehicles. VanEck has filed to launch a staked Solana ETF, creating a bridge between traditional finance and crypto. Pendle protocol has surpassed 10 billion in total value locked, signaling DeFi traction. Tokens like Morpho, they have seen explosive gain up to like 22% in 24 hours. And this is all because of the ecosystem integrations like Coinbase and Centrifuge, which has enhanced fundamentals. So that is what is basically driving the markets. We have seen what has actually made the markets like surge like crazily yesterday. And it was one of the good and bestest days in the history. Of course, there are so many days when we see such kind of surge where the markets like rise so quickly, nicely, easily. So good to see that. New research highlights stablecoins' vulnerability to run risk, noting that their mechanisms to maintain a $1 peg could fail during crisis, and over 250 billion is currently held in stablecoins, raising systemic risk concerns. So that is what has happened on the stablecoins and regulatory risk. Moving on, I will be coming back to the financial markets and regulations, and we'll also talk about the global regulatory developments and the broader financial institutions, innovations and everything. And also let's summarize the whole market at a glance. Okay, so moving on to Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, Solana. Okay, so guys, we know all of them are doing well. Chalo, let's put a bit of analysis today, and then we'll also talk about other things. Like I have to definitely touch base upon the other markets and the global markets as such. We have seen what has happened on the crypto front, but as in when we go about, we're going to even talk about the financial markets, regulations, innovation, and most importantly, whatever the developments are coming, all those things will be discussed. So I'm going to, as usual, this was my 1 hour chart. I'm going to put a 15 minutes chart on Ethereum. And guys, to be able to get the best tips, to be able to get best signals, first and foremost thing you have to do is download the Zbit app, without which I cannot give you any kind of signals, any kind of tips, tricks. Although I'm not giving any financial advice, but my request to you guys is first download the Zbit app, KYC yourself, deposit the money, start your spot trading journey with us. Then you will be receiving some good tips and tricks, which I'm not saying that you have to take them at any cost. You can put your own research too before you proceed to do that. So please, please, please do this for me. And once you do that, share the screenshot with me so that we can, proceed with your crypto journey. Okay. I'm trying to make your life easy, guys. So I don't know if you're following what I say. And if you don't follow what I say, it's going to be like very, very difficult. So, yeah. Okay. Let me do some more invites as I do it. Let me invite my LinkedIn family too. All right. So let's begin, guys. So today is 23rd August. Yes, Ethereum has basically done really well yesterday. Today it's up by 11 point some 11-12%. It is what right now trading at. You can see the price is at 4,713. It has reached its all-time high of 4,800. So definitely there's very good news for Ethereum. So as you can see on the chart, I have used, I'm not able to understand one thing. This is my 15 minutes chart. I'm trying to change the settings. Why does my data look like this? I think this is better. So the first and foremost thing that we're going to do is going to find out the supply and demand zone so that we know where is the majority of the buying that is happening. Now you must be having a question in mind, what is supply and demand zone? So it's a very easy concept. It is nothing but demand is a zone where you'll see the green candles, especially, a lot of buying where is happening. In those areas, it is called as the demand zone. So we can clearly see major buyings in this area. So this will be our demand zone. And if you see some major sellings in some areas, that will be your supply zone. So it's a very easy concept, nothing like rocket science or nothing difficult out here. Like I'm going to maybe change it to 15 minutes. Oh, what is wrong with this? I've changed it to 15 minutes. Why does this chart appear like this? I don't know. Is it like this? Problem is I don't want this linear regression to look that crazy. The 23rd August starts here. Why are my candles so small actually? There's some issue in the viewing, I don't know. 23rd starts here. Or maybe the candles are small itself, I guess. I don't know. And there is some news which we are going to see anyways. So this is where let's identify the supply and demand zones first. Okay, so that we know where will be our buying and selling that will be happening majorly. Okay, so let me pick up my rectangle. Do you think this can be a demand zone? Yes, I think so. And where do you see your supply zone? Nothing at the moment. Let's see if I have something on my 1 hour chart. This clearly is my demand zone. For so much of buying has happened in this zone. So much till here. Can you see? On a 1 hour chart, but I have to identify my supply zone also. This is on 1 hour chart we are finding so that we can have an equilibrium and we know at what point is Ethereum being tested again. I mean, okay, you can see this is exactly the same zone here also. In most of the cases, the demand and supply zone sometimes remains same. If it is testing again, that is very important point to remember that the price shoots from there down and the price goes up from there, means in that zone the buyers and sellers are very strong. They like to buy it at that level and then they also like to get out of it. Sometimes not necessary. Wait, where is my rectangle? I always end up. I think this could be my supply zone because there's major selling here that has happened. So what's the zone? That zone is almost. It is part of the demand zone too. Okay. I'm not going to mark this anyway. I'm going to head back to my 15 minutes chart to see if this much. This is good enough for me. All right. This was my demand zone. And if I find any good supply zone, then you can find. We'll try to find it out of here. As of now, I don't see any supply zone. This is the adjustment. I won't extend it till there because you guys will get confused. It is still this green candle, okay? So as you can see, before I actually do this, I want to actually point out the 4,208 to 4,765. That is my demand zone. From 4,208 to 4,765 is my demand zone. Okay. Now I'm going to keep it back. All right. Now what does this imply? This implies that this zone is basically demanded a lot by the buyers. There's a lot of institutional investment that's happening here, and there's a lot of retail investors also following the rally. So if institutions are going to show you so much interest in this, if institutions are showing too much interest, then if as a retail investor you follow their footstep, you're going to benefit out of it. When we talk about spot trading is nothing but it's a game of manipulation. So as a retail investor, we hardly have anything to say in the market because our orders are very minimalistic. Remember, you and me, we can hardly place any order up to some denomination, like some dollars that we can put, maybe 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, or whatever little capacity we have, we place order up to that level only. But institutional investors, they invest into millions and billions and crores. Okay, so you can see these prices, especially the demand on which gets like met, is only because of the institutional demand and not because of we retail investors. So the small traders that basically put money, like you and me, we only benefit when basically institutions also step in. So to understand the market manipulation, it's important to identify the key demand and supply zones so that you know where majority of the selling is happening or where the majority of buying is happening. So you can see it clearly here. This is my demand zone, and this is where my major buying has happened. But now that I've identified this, I'm going to remove this and see on a bigger time frame, maybe a day chart or something, to see if this price was previously tested or not. Okay, let's see that. I want to see that. Okay, so this is my day chart. Okay, you can clearly see this zone was tested, tried and tested. If I'm seeing just the August information, and was it also tested before? It wasn't tested before, I guess. I'm just going to see it from 2025 data. Okay, let's just see since 2025. Okay, so this zone was not tested before. So you can see here, I'm going to take my brush. So this zone is in the limelight, which means there is immense buying and selling at this stage. You can see the price went down, price went up, price went down, price went up. So in couple of days, from since August, you can clearly see this zone. This is my day chart. Okay, I have changed the time frame, and you can see that this was again and again and again getting tested, which means this particular zone, which I told you, 4,208 to 4,765, this zone is getting tested again and again. This was just about yesterday that we're talking about, but in the recent past, also in the month of August, this area got tested again and again, which means people are willing to buy Ethereum at that price, 4,200 or 4,100, and they are ready to take the price up till 4,700 and 800. So obviously the price is not getting moved because of retail investors like you and me. It is of course getting up because of the institutional investments, because of the people who are, the large investors that are showing interest in this area. So this is very much evident. Let's see on the 4 hours chart. Last chart is not giving me that kind of clarity because it's a very different scenario altogether, you know. The zone is same, of course, so zone is going to be the same. The range is same, but for us is not giving clarity if it was tested again and again. Yes, this zone, which you can see, 4,200 to 4,370. Okay, 4,000. Okay, let's assume the lower range is 4,057, 65, something like that. From 4,065 to 4,200 or 4,300, it's almost, it got tested before. And then from there, again, the price basically went up, boom, like it just over crashed. So that is what is happening. All right. So let me remove the drawings and then take it to smaller time frames. Here also the scenario is slightly different. 25 minutes. 10 minutes time frame. All right. So we found our major demand zone. Previously, I think once a small portion of it got tested, but we are again seeing after market surging like 11 to 12%, is slightly coming down. So the zone which got like too much of demand is going to get tested again, is what my feeling says. On the DMI indicator, you can clearly see the buying pressure is coming down. The selling pressure is bit more than the buying pressure. The trend is weak. So there is a downtrend that is going on, but the trend is weak. That is what we can see from DMI. So DMI stands for Directional Movement Index. That indicator which you see below, down, which you can see, there are three lines on it, right? So those three lines are basically for various reasons. Okay, the blue line which you see on the indicator is basically DI plus. DI plus is nothing but that indicates your buying pressure. How much is buying pressure? The orange line indicates DI minus, which is basically DI minus, and it indicates selling pressure. The red line which you see below is basically the ADX line, the average directional index line, which indicates how strong the trend is. Okay, so basis all this, we decide whether or not the buying is strong or selling is strong, and the trend which is going on is strong enough or not. And to be able to do that, you always have to measure it on a scale of 0 to 100, and to make sure that any one of the parameters is strong, you have to know that they have to be above 25, so that you know that it is basically strong. So in this scenario, you can clearly see none of them are above 25. So means that the indicator is clearly saying that neither DI plus is strong, neither DI minus is strong, neither the trend is strong. So there's a weakening of trend that's happening, weakening of buying and selling pressure, which means right now the market is in sideways. It's in the accumulation phase. The market surged like 11-12% yesterday. Everyone has taken the profits, and now after taking the profits, market is strong, slightly pulling down. It's slightly pulling back, and once it pulls back again to the demand zone or below the support zone in the lower band category on linear regression channel, then you will see probably a reversal that's coming up. So will market be able to retest the previous demand zone and again pull back from there, or it's going to go and create a new lower low altogether? Breaking the resistance itself is what we have to identify. And for that, on my DMI, I have like confirmed. I'm going to remove this. I am going to now add my RSI and see the strength. So you can see it's at 49.26. It's in the neutral zone, which means the market is running sideways. You can clearly see market is in accumulation phase because it's just going in the sideways direction, right? So it's in the accumulation phase. So market had a rally. It bumped crazily, and then from there the people started taking profits, tried to pull it up, the buyers tried to pull more up, and then from here the profits started profits. After profit taking, the market started slowly moving down, and from here there is a phase where basically it's in the accumulation phase. All right, very small moves and very crazy moves. Okay, now this is how the present scenario looks like. So let's continue to watch. We need our RSI indicator. We have seen on the DMI, we have confirmed on the DMI how the RSI, how the trend and the buying and selling pressure is. But we have to basically determine on RSI, our long buying position is always going to be near the support zone or below the support zone. but our short position is going to be near the resistance, near the upper band. So until unless market reaches to that level, we are not going to make any position. So let's continue to watch the markets. And while we are watching the markets and discussing different things, we'll also talk about what's happening on the other global financial market side. All right. So I'll be back within a short period of break, like 5 to 10 minutes break, and then we'll continue talking about a lot more things that are coming your way. Don't go anywhere. Download the ZBIT app right away. Today is a bad day somehow. Market is not moving just in the direction the way I wanted to. Yesterday was a very beautiful day. I really loved and enjoyed totally. I had too much fun. When market is moving properly, then we get nice buying and selling position. But sideways market is very difficult. So let's see. I'm playing a small mini Sudoku here. If you guys anybody wants to help me out, you can do so. Market is moving slow, so I'll be playing a small game and then we'll see. We'll be going on talking about different things. Right? Paul is missing here. Okay, what is this, guys? I'm not able to do it. Something is wrong. I should be a champion in Sudoku. See how stupid of me. I'm not able to play. Not bad. Let's see what's happening on the markets. Still in the accumulation phase, so there is no buy or sell position still. So today's market is not so great. in these kind of moments. Let's play this game. Okay. Connect the dots in the order till market is in accumulation and distribution phase. So that's okay. Okay. Let's solve something else. So 10 words. The goal of the puzzle is to fill the grid with Let's have a look at the market. Nothing much is happening on that front. So, still in accumulation phase. So, as I told you, while we are doing technical analysis, we will be talking about financial markets as well. So, equities, they have soared on Fed optimism. Powell's dovish tone has also uplifted equities. Wall Street has posted strong gains, with the Dow jumping 800 to 850 points to record highs. Investors are pricing in a high likelihood around 87% of a September rate cut via CME's Fed Watch tool. There is a call for regulatory adjustment. Leading industry groups approach the Basic Committee to revisit proposed crypto-related banking rules, arguing that too conservative given the evolving nature and integration of the crypto markets. So, meanwhile, in the US, the CFTC, has launched a crypto initiative to allow spot crypto trading on regulated exchanges and invited public feedback on market frameworks. That's on the regulatory adjustments. Coming to global regulatory developments, United States, the Genius Act of July 2025 have enabled the banks and other institutions to issue stablecoins backed by fiat or quality collateral. Trump's administration is continuing to roll out pro-crypto reforms. European Union, MiCA, which is Markets and Crypto Assets Regulation, is fully effective since December 2024, and they are offering a harmonized regulatory framework across EU member states. Hong Kong, stablecoin regulation has passed in mid-2025, licensing of issuers expected in early 2026. And then in UAE, what's happening is in 2025 April, Abu Dhabi Sovereign Wealth Fund and First Abu Dhabi Bank, that's FAB, has announced plans for dirham-backed stablecoin payment token service regulations, which are in place since 2024, mid-2024. So this is on the global regulatory developments. Coming to the broader financial innovations, recent study frames stablecoins are heralding banking 2.0, suggesting they may revolutionize global finance by enhancing transaction efficiency and reducing systemic vulnerabilities. This is linked to AI in terms of transformative potential. So overall summary, if I give you a gist of what's happening overall in the markets, crypto markets rally fueled by Fed rate expectation. ETH has recorded high token surges and DeFi growth. Institutional adoption has happened. Stake token ETFs, $1 billion TVL milestones, venture backing for Ethereum. Stablecoins growth has been shadowed by run risk concerns. Financial markets, equities have rallied, regulatory recalibration is underway, and global frameworks are being implemented. On the innovation and policy side, stablecoins are core to future banking. So Genius Act, MiCA enforcement, CFTC market clarity, etc. They will be in limelight. So looking at this side, at this kind of markets, I would never ever take a position. Can see clearly after the profit taking, market is not moving in great direction right now. Yes, for some reason today, Zebit is also acting funny. For some reason, there is an issue with Zebit X. I don't know. It says it's unable to connect.